where you are and where you're going. It's like a GPS. If you plug in your destination, but your GPS doesn't know where you are, it can't tell you where to go. It can't tell you your next move. If it knows where you are, but you don't know your destination, the GPS is going to say, stay still, right? It's not going to give you information because it doesn't know how to. This is the same with your data. If you don't know where to move or how to move because you don't know where you are and you also don't know how to get where you're going, you're stuck.
You're listening to the Traffic and Funnels Show.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to sales training on knowing your numbers. My name is Heather Tracy. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. We're going to start going live more often so that we can teach you all of our expertise and you can learn from us and the mistakes we've made and our journey along the way. So real quick, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube or any other place that you find podcasts so that we can keep in contact with you. We love hearing from you. So go ahead and do that really quick. And then we'll continue. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 5 seconds. All right, sweet. Hopefully you subscribed. Make sure you do that if you did not. So we're going to go over sales numbers. So as most of you probably know, sales is the lifeline of your business, of your revenue. Like without sales, you don't have anything else. So it's important that you know the data so that you can pivot in sales, so that you can make the right decisions, so that you can be an expert in what you're doing on the sales front. So I'm going to teach you what does that look like to actually know your data, how to use it, when to track it, all that stuff. It's important because as you begin to scale, as you begin to become more influential, you get more clients, you get referrals, you get different streams of leads coming in, you're just busy. And so the more that you can track your numbers, the less you have to worry about making the right decision as you make pivots along the way on the sales side. So numbers can be tracked. Sales is awesome because numbers can be tracked, right? They are super measurable. They are not like one is always going to equal one. You're never going to have to guess, what does this mean? So from the first time that you get a lead all the way to the time they close into your program or into whatever you're closing them into, you can track the entire journey. And that's super important because you want to know, hey, where do I need to make adjustments? So you can track from lead to booked call. You can track from booked call to close. You can track from lead to close. All of these metrics are super trackable. And if you don't have a CRM, that's totally fine. I think a lot of you probably are nervous you don't have the right tools. This can be done in a spreadsheet. This can be done on hand paper, whatever you need. You don't need fancy tools. You don't need the budget to go out and purchase Salesforce. So don't worry about that. We're going to teach you how to actually just track your numbers on a super simple, high level, day-to-day way. So one of the first things that you're going to want to know is how many leads are you getting per month? Okay, so how many leads are you getting? How many of those are converting into booked calls? How many of those are showing up to a call? How many of those are closing? Those are going to be your main topics that you're trying to focus on to get numbers. So a really easy way to understand where your numbers need to be is to actually just reverse engineer. So what you can do is you can take your current revenue, and also if you're new to, maybe you're about to launch a new offer, maybe you are about to just explore this world of making your own sales, you can also take your goal revenue. So you can do current revenue or goal revenue, and we're going to start reverse engineering. So I'm going to do this with goal revenue because I'm going to use easy numbers. I don't know your current revenue, but for easy numbers, let's say you want to make 100K a month. Okay, so again, we're using easy numbers. This might not be your goal, but go with me here. So let's say you want to make 100K a month and your offer price is 10K a month. So that means you have to make 10 sales in the month, right? So how do you get those 10 sales? How many calls do you have to take? How many leads do you need? This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to figure out. This is how we're going to reverse engineer. So what you have to do is you have to figure out right now, what is your closing percentage? Of the calls that you actually get on, how many of those are you closing? So let's just say for easy math that you have a 30% closing average, right? So you want to close 10 closes at a 30% closing average in a month. That means that you need to get on 30 calls in that month. The cool thing about this is now you're not questioning how many calls do I have to make sure I get on. Like the thought is taken out because you have your data. The worry is taken out because you have your data. And now you know where to pivot. So let's say you need to get on 30 calls in a month. And your current lead to call ratio is, let's say, 10%. Easy numbers again, right? So from every lead that you get this month, 10% of those are going to end up on a call with you. And you need to have 30 calls in the month. That means you need 300 leads. Sweet. So now you know, hey, I'm currently getting 200 leads. I need to spend more in ads. I need to retarget my webinar, whatever that looks like. Now you know where to pivot. Maybe you're getting 500 leads, but you're only getting on 10 calls in a month. Sweet. I need to make sure that I'm targeting the right people. I need to make sure that I'm following up. I need to make sure that I have a sequence in place that's getting these people to show up. Whatever that might look like, now you know the data. Now you know how to move. And that's the most important thing in sales. If you don't know how to move, you're either going to stand still or you're going to move in the wrong direction, both of which are very detrimental. So that's how you can figure out, again, if you are currently making sales, if you're currently in this process, I would take your current revenue and reverse engineer like we just did. So here's where I'm at. Here's the data. Here's my current close ratio. Here's my current lead to book call ratio. Now, what you can do is you can take your goal and reverse engineer that to what you need to be doing. And then you can start taking action. You can start moving from there. So again, this is why numbers are so important in sales, is that without the correct numbers, you're not going to be able to take action that is going to actually get you more money. And then you're going to be stressed, and then you can't bring on a team who's going to help you get less stressed. And it's just this cycle of missing an opportunity to easily pivot. So the cool thing about this is that numbers can be automated. They can be fed to you on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, quarterly basis. So if you do have a CRM, which I will be doing another training on CRM, so if you do, come back for that. If you do have a CRM, super easy. That will pretty much report for itself, and you can look at it whenever you want. I would recommend at the bare minimum every week. Make sure that on a weekly basis, you're able to pivot as you need to. If you don't have a CRM, that's totally fine too. As your leads come in, have them put into a spreadsheet that counts how many leads you have. As you get on calls or as they're booked, have that go into a spreadsheet, have it count how many you have. As you take calls, have those closes go into a spreadsheet, have it count how many you have. All of a sudden, it's done for you. And now you can look at it again at a bare minimum on a weekly basis. And this is really going to help you understand, like, here's the kinks in the machine. Here's what I'm going to do to move forward. As you can isolate the kinks, now this is where maybe you do need to get more leads, but you don't know how. Now you know, hey, I'm going to go hire someone. I'm going to go join a program that's going to help me get there. Maybe you need to improve your closing ratio, but you don't know how. Now you know, I'm going to go join a program. I'm going to go get help here, right? So the cool thing about sales, the cool thing about business is that there's always an expert that can help. But now you know, like, here's what I need help with. Now you know what to ask for. Now you know what to look for. And this can change. So maybe this month you're looking for help with getting new leads, but maybe in 7 months you have all the leads and you're not sure how to close them, or maybe you had to bring on a salesperson and you don't know how to train them. XYZ, you're never going to have it all figured out. But the immediate, here's where I need to pivot now, is going to reveal itself so that you can continue to make money and continue to change the world. Because if you're on this live, I promise you, you're changing the world. You're changing lives through what you're doing. And I want to help you be able to change more. So to kind of wrap up, again, numbers are so important because without knowing your numbers, you cannot move well. So there's there's this phrase that if you guys know Taylor Welch, you'll know who I'm talking about. If not, go Google him. He's on there. He has this phrase of, in order to move at all, you have to know two things, just two: where you are and where you're going. It's like a GPS. If you plug in your destination, but your GPS doesn't know where you are, it can't tell you where to go. It can't tell you your next move. If it knows where you are, but you don't know your destination, the GPS is going to say, stay still, right? It's not going to give you information because it doesn't know how to. This is the same with your data. If you don't know where to move or how to move because you don't know where you are and you also don't know how to get where you're going, you're stuck. And so make sure that you are putting processes in place, whether that looks like a spreadsheet. And again, spreadsheets these days, they're free on Google. So if you don't have the budget, you don't have the resources, don't worry about that. You can use a Zapier. You can use all types of tools that are very, very reasonably priced to have all this data coming into a spreadsheet that is automatically updated for you. And again, at the bare minimum, weekly, you're looking at them. I would recommend daily. I would never not know your numbers because, again, you don't know how to pivot, you don't know how to move, and therefore the lives that you can change are limited. So I would maybe today take 10 minutes and look at your numbers. What numbers do you have? What numbers don't you have? Do you have your numbers that you currently have, but you don't have them for where you're going or you're trying to go? Again, you're stuck at that point. Do you have them for where you're trying to go, but you don't have them for where you're at? You're stuck. So I'd take 10 to 30 minutes, look at your numbers, check it out, see what you need. Let us know what help you need. If you need help getting leads, let us know. If you need help making better sales, making more sales, like let us know. We're here to help you. This isn't a one-shop stop where you're going to be like, oh, this one live is all I get. Like you're literally going to get our entire team forever if you want us. So like utilize us, utilize this knowledge that we have in the areas that you realize that you have a gap in as you're finding out these numbers. So again, subscribe to our YouTube for more information. I'm going to keep going live. I'll be back next Tuesday with more information on sales operations, and how you can continue to make more sales with less effort and make more impact with less confusion. So let me know how I can continue to help. Let the team know how we can continue to help. I'm really excited for you guys. Y'all, do me a favor today, spend some time on this and comment in the comments here on this live and let me know how it went. Let me know what you need help with. Like tag me. I want at least 20 people. Tag me. If you do, I will personally make sure you get the help you need. So let me know how it goes. I'm excited for you guys.